obviously, you're approaching Big 12 play, and you're losing a game now. Is that critical as you're trying to, still figure out those combinations?
Could be. Yeah. Well, first of all, you lose a game, so you lose RPI points. Second of all, we always schedule a game like that right before conference play, because we've been off for a while, try to get, timing, chemistry, and everything back. So we lost that game. So, we'll see. We go on the road for 2 straight conference games at Iowa State and Kansas. So, it's not going to be easy. And we've had some people sick. We've had some people, Carey's knee is still not practicing. We've had, some people that were sick and all that. So we hadn't had a full squad either as of right now.
Do you still need that extra time to kind of get the patches together?
I really wanted to play. I mean, because I just thought we took that 8-day off and practiced for 8 days and went and played South Florida and just played terrible. But after we got that game out of us, come back to Michigan State, especially second half, played extremely well. So we was able to get our time and get back and that. But now all of a sudden, now we're going to take another long period before we go play. And when you have a lot of new players like that, that's not good. I mean, as a coach, you want to do a lot of practicing, but they need to be in game situations and all that to play.
Down in West Palm, like you mentioned, you guys had that big turnaround from USF to Michigan State. What kind of changed in that event, and what did you see good in
Well, naturally we were very disappointed the way we played. We didn't play well defensively, offensively, nothing against South Florida, and they shot the ball extremely well. So we didn't have the fight that I thought we have. Now the second game against Michigan State, we got in foul trouble first half, but people come off the bench, played extremely well, and kept us in the game till the second half, and then we was able to get the big lead. So, it was just we defended well the second game, and we shot the ball better.
Is there when you have this long layoff, and you mentioned some sick girls, some injuries, is that the primary goal, to get back to kind of full strength, or is there more on the court kinks that you're kind of working on?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we only had how many eligible or was practicing yesterday? We had 10, but we had a lot of post players. We only had one guard sub, so it was tough. But like I said, we may have to go play with only 3-4 guards sometime during the year with everything that's going on. So, just not just injuries, but COVID, everything. So, I mean, that may be the situation, so we got to get used to it. It is what it is. You just got to go play and see what happens.
Talk about some of the challenges that lie ahead with these first 2 Big 12 games.
Well, they're big. I mean, Iowa State, very good team. Ranked, great shooters. I think they're one of the top 5 3-point shooting teams in the country. Our league is very strong this year because we had a lot of fifth-year players come back. A lot of teams' best players came back this year in the league, which made it very strong. So, I think the league is very strong. You look at Iowa State, they're very good, and then Kansas is probably going to be a surprise team of the year. So they're going to be very good also.
You mentioned the 3-point shooting of Iowa State and all the returners. The Jones sisters, it seems like they've been playing forever, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think they have a younger sister, too, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to get out of that. But yeah, I mean, they're very good. They got the shooters. They got Jones. They got, they got a very good team, And you got to guard them. They spread you. They just spread you. And that's what makes them tough when they spread you so much.
Anything else?
Does it feel like you've been on the road for a while? It's been a while since you only played, one game here, I think, in a month or so?
Yeah.
Kind of disappointing to lose not only a game, but a home game?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I'm disappointed to lose a home game, but also, We need that tune-up game. Not that we were just going to go in there and beat this team. We was going to play, Maryland Eastern Shore, but we felt like we could get the kinks out and get the rust off and go like that. So now, instead of them, you're going to go play Iowa State to try to get that done. And but there's a lot of schools that have called off games. We're not the only one. There's a lot of schools, a lot of football teams have called off stuff. So, I mean, like I always say, it is what it is. You just can't worry about it because you can't control it. Anything you can't control, you shouldn't worry about it that much. You just got to go with the flow.
You can't really control it, but is there anything you can do to kind of, affect your preparation? Like you mentioned, you've been kind of practicing shorthanded. Is there anything you can do to prepare for that kind of thing, or?
Well, I mean, you got to get people that know different positions because they may be out of position. So it's not bad that we didn't have a lot of people and a lot of guards, so that they had to play several positions. So if that would ever happen in a game, it helps prepare you for that. No, you've done that in practice. We've done that. I think conditioning too. We go back when you don't have a lot of people. But we're pushing through it. Because you got to push through it because it may be that way in a game. You may only have 8 playing. So you just got to push through it. Those 8's got to push through it and get mentally tough. And that's what we're really working on now. I know you're tired. Don't care. All right? Nobody else cares. You got to get in shape. I always tell players you want to play all these minutes. And then when you get to play all these minutes, you complain about all the minutes you play. I mean, it don't make sense to me. All right? So you got to be mentally tough. You got to play through it. You just got to play through it and prepare for anything during the season. We have 18 league games. It's going to be a tough league. It's going to be a very strong league, and we have to be prepared, and we have to win a lot of these games.
Last year, like when they made these schedules, cancellations and stuff were kind of taken into account. This year, they're really not. Is that concerning at all? I mean, like you mentioned, obviously football games have been wiped out, men's, women's games, but like last year there was time and spots to make a lot of these games up, whereas this year they really didn't take that into account. And
then I think the conference rule is right now that if you have 6 players and you can go with just one coach, if you have 6 players and one coach, you play. So, I don't know if that'll happen to anybody this year. I hope it doesn't, but it could. It could. So, I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen. And then they're going to call it, like if you don't have that, then they're going to call it no contest. And if it can be made up, it'll be made up. But like you said, there's not a lot of spots to make. I think we play 3 days a week. How many weeks? 2 weeks? Got 3 games in 1 week. I don't know. It'd be hard to make up some games. It really would.